Alright, hey everybody, just wanted to do a real quick video about this. I told you I did end up opening Bruno at the very last minute today. And it was a little bit of a pain in the booty. Because I used to be at a point where I could just, back when I opened the Wonderland Quartet, is that right? Or is it Quintet, something like that? The Wonderland 5, I bought all of those open, no problem. Well, circumstances have changed, and I always thought it was funny, because 18 months ago, or longer ago, which would be at the end of 2021, we were basking in the newness of Maleficent and Mike and all that stuff. And previously, people would be like, these streamers whose names you all know, I'm sure. And if you don't, I can inform you. I just prefer to not to, because I'm trying not to disparage them too much. But suffice it to say, I do think that they sold a lot of people a bill of goods. And then when there was a lull, or there was a new shiny object that came along, they moved to the new shiny object because they were, they weren't getting as much viewership as they wanted to, or they needed to, because they wanted to do this full time. Me, I'm just a guy, stay-at-home dad, who just plays this game, who just tries to tell you the truth as I see it, and that's it. I don't have a Patreon page. I don't have a donation link. I don't have a Twitch. I don't have any of this fun stuff that these other guys would have. And I'm okay with that. I'm never going to ask you for money, because that should be up to you. I'm never going to ask you. Because I don't do this for that. I do this because I really care about this game. I want to see this game succeed. I want to see this game grow. I want to see this game wow people. Because if you go and watch some of the other streamers talking about that play these other games like Swoga or whatever, the one big Swoga streamer, he will say he will. He plays this new game called Lord of the Rings that came out. And in his review of Lord of the Rings, he was saying that the graphics reminded him of Sorcerer's Arena. And now maybe if you played the game back when Sorcerer's Arena came out, that's understandable, because the graphics were not nearly as good as they are now. Now they're much better. They did this graphical upgrade towards the end of 2021, and since then, which when they did it at the end of 2021, the game had only been out for 18 months, which is when they put this graphical upgrade in. And you might say that, well, it still doesn't look great. It looks better than it did. And people just hold this graphical stuff behind them. I'm going to jump into a battle, just so I can show you what I meant. And if you go back and you look at videos prior to probably August of 2021, I would say, the UI, this background looks totally different than I did. They keep putting in new PvE environments, and it looks a ton better than it did. And people are still using their initial impressions of how the game looked at launch when they're talking about other games today. And believe me when I say, if you go back and look, you can see, the graphics are much better, the backgrounds are much better, everything is much better. But their initial impressions, because they haven't had a reason to take a look at this game since launch. They were looking. They looked at this game since launch. They were like, I don't think that's what we want to do. And then they moved on. They have not come back. They don't have a reason to. And you know, I don't think that the game has given them a reason to come back. Because it just looks like, you know, because we've been in this pattern where we had Maleficent and Mike for the raid. The raid is much, you know, no matter what you think, just know that the raid for the St. John Olympus is much harder than it was initially. It's much harder than it wanted. It's much harder than the Forbidden Depths was. So a lot of people want to keep using that against this game. And to me, I don't understand it because it doesn't make sense at all. It's like, sure, this game has its problems, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. And I'm probably going to get crushed like a grape, just so you know, because we're up against a Shadow, a same team. But the thing is, I think that their team is just a hair better than our team. So I'm going to give that caveat out right now. Are we going to make it? What is this? There's nobody to heal. That was a waste. There's nobody. Come on. Yes, there we go. That's what I needed. That's what I needed to help. That helped a lot, killing her. What's Tiana gonna do? Nothing. To kill my Rapunzel, that's not great. But I mean, just in this game, and keep in mind, this is not my phone. This is on my computer. It's on medium settings, whatever. There's nobody cleanse. There is a cleanse. Okay. What do? I think we got to take Mulan out, of course. Hurry. Let's do hurry. Let's try this. Come on, kill her. Switch. Hit Mulan, fine. Crushing wave, we'll take that. Let's do this. Kill the gumbo pot. Kill the gumbo pot. Oh, sweet. Got both of them. That's helpful. I'm not going to waste the charm. But yeah, a lot of people will just, you know, they use their initial impressions. And for those of you who has just started in, you know, maybe you picked this game in 2023 and you're like, I get what they're going for in this game, and I dig it. That's great. I'm super happy that you get this game, because a lot of people just want to poo-poo it. A lot of people just don't want to do anything. You know, all they want to do is just talk negatively about this game, because for whatever reason, you know, the folks that decided to leave for the new shiny object, more power to them. But the game that they're playing now, there's tons of content created for that game. There's tons of content creation for this game. As far as I know, I think the Carousel of Progress is still making the occasional video for this game. I'm making the video for this game. Maybe Gaza is still making a video every now and then, but I've got no reason to look for him because I, you know, here I am. This is what I do. This is who I am. And so I just don't want you to be. Don't want you to be taken in by if somebody comes to this game and they start streaming it again because things change and the game gets super popular again, which I think it will, if this Encanto team can do, is the team that I think it's going to be. Because I really feel like the developer of this game need this team to be the team, because they gave us The teams they gave us last year were crap. You know, regardless, you know, Snow White was good for the princesses. She made Belle expendable on the team, and she was actually a legend that we could put on the team. Unfortunately, of course, all the Legos were like, "Hey, she's a Lego. She's going to be on our team," and that's fine. But then they were still so beaten down that they brought Alice out to normalize the playing field as far as turns go. And of course, another Lego. So guess where she went? And then, you know, a lot of people, I don't necessarily know. I think Remy and Luigi, if you give them the leadership, I mean, if you put Remy and Luigi on the team with Rapunzel and the rest of the girls, I think they would do fine. But I think we need the off meta team that just says, okay, bring it. And am I thrilled about about the possibility of it being in Kanto? Absolutely not. If you ask me who I would want it to be, I would want it to be somebody that holds a special place in my heart, like the Gummy Bears, put Huey, Dewey, and Louie Launchpad in the game and make it a DuckTales team. Give us a Disney afternoon team from back in the day. You know, maybe you need to put Recess a Disney Channel. I mean, put Cricket and Tilly and Bob and Grandma in and make it a Big City Greens team. I don't care. Just you know, because I think there's so many things that they could do, and you know they've been faithful with the road ahead, and I really want to see what the 2023-2024 road ahead looks like. Who are they going to give us? Because you know we got how many legendaries did we get since the last road ahead? We got Alice, who we knew about. We got Edna, who we didn't know about. We got Evil Queen, who I guess we kind of knew about. So we got 3 Evil Queen. So we got 3 legendaries, and Encanto is going to be number 4 for this since the last road ahead. Which that means that's about a legendary every 3 months, and that's not exactly the cadence we got. So we're still getting that same cadence where we're getting a new legendary every 3 months. And, you know, we're getting interesting, you know, sometimes it feels like it's longer because, you know, it feels like it was a long time ago just because of the requirements for Evil Queen and that they're so heavy-handed. And I get that. So the lull between Edna and Maribel has been longer because we got a non-traditional super legendary in air quotes with the Evil Queen, who I don't know where she's prevalent at. She's not prevalent down where I live. And I mean because this game has taken so long for the meta to change that I made it up. My highest rank that I've made it to was platinum or whatever. I mean, let's take a look real quick. So I made it up. I was just playing around, and I made it to master. Master was my highest rank last year. Then I made it to, and now I'm a challenger, and you can see right now I'm at 1,045, and that's because you know that challenger has just gotten, because it's taken so long for things to come in. That challenger is now super challenging. It's like every day there are more people coming in. There are people dropping down from the lower ranks, coming down, and just because they can, just because they're bored. And it's super frustrating. But anyway, like I say, I don't want you to be fooled if somebody comes back, if things can't turn around for this game in the next 12 months. And if people start coming back out of the woodwork to make content for this game, and they start asking you to help provide for me to do content for you, if they do that, it's up to you if you want to. If you feel like they're being straight with you, they're not. But if you feel like they are, because just know that as soon as things turn around, they're gonna go away, just like everybody else has. But I've been here doing this for over 3 years now, or for over 2 years. I was gonna say over for 3, but I started doing this at the 2-year anniversary, and we just hit, or the 1-year anniversary, I should say. So I've been doing this for over 2 years. I'm not going anywhere. I'm never gonna ask you for money if you know. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not crazy, but you know, if you say, hey, sure, but I'm never going to do that. If you say, but just know, I'm never going to do that. You're never going to hear, hey, you know, because it's your money. I trust that you know what to do with it better than you do. But just don't be taken in by the people who are like, you know, they've got all the shiny graphics and they get the lights and everything, and they're trying to super impress you. This is who I am. It's one shot. You hear my chair squeaking in the background. You probably hear my kids at some point crying or yelling or singing or whatever. It's what it is. Just keeping it real. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I love you. I hope you're doing well, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.